All right, let's get into it. Today, we're going to totally change the way you talk about food. We'll give you all the essential English and Arabic vocabulary you need to sound like a real food critic. So, let's dive right in. You know that feeling, right? You take a bite of something absolutely incredible, and all you can come up with is, it's good. Or maybe something is just terrible and you don't know how to explain why. Well, today, we are going to fix that. So here's our game plan. First, we're covering adjectives for good and bad food. Then, we'll learn how to talk about quantities using something called partitives. After that, we'll look at some really powerful verbs. And finally, you're going to write your very own food review. Ready? Okay, let's start with the basics. Adjectives. These are the words that really bring a food description to life. Honestly, they're your most important tool for explaining taste and texture. So let's break it down into positive versus negative words. On the left, you've got the words that make your mouth water just hearing them. And on the right, well, we have the words for those times when a meal is not so perfect. Let's explore a few key examples.
First step is a great one, tender. This is exactly what you want your meat to be. If it's super easy to cut and chew, it's tender. You know, like that perfect piece of steak that just melts in your mouth.
Next, we've got succulent. This word is amazing. It doesn't just mean moist, it means it's also packed with juice and flavor. It's the perfect word for beautifully cooked chicken or even a really ripe piece of fruit. And our third positive word is velvety. This one is all about texture. Just imagine a smooth, rich chocolate sauce or a creamy soup. That's velvety. It just feels so soft and luxurious. And look at this. Here's a perfect example of how you can put these words together. This one sentence paints a complete and totally delicious picture. Now, let's switch gears and look at some words for when the food isn't quite so good. Our first negative word is soggy. Ugh, nobody likes soggy food. It means something is unpleasantly wet and soft, like cereal that's been in milk too long or French fries that have lost all their crunch. Then there's gristly. This is a word you'll use mostly for meat. It describes those tough, chewy parts, with fat or cartilage that you just can't eat. It's pretty much the exact opposite of tender. And here's how you might use it if you were complaining. You can really hear the disappointment, can't you? I was expecting tender, but I got gristly. So you see, picking the right adjective is everything. Okay, so now you know how to describe the quality of food. Let's talk about quantity. A good critic is always precise. So how do we talk about how much food there is? Well, we use partitives. Partitives are just a fancy name for words that help us break down uncountable things into units we can actually count. Think about it. You can't count water, but you can count glasses of water. Same thing. You can't count bread, but you can count slices of bread. Let's check out some common ones. This table is basically your cheat sheet. For pizza or cake, you'd say a slice of. For ice cream, it's always a scoop of. For salt or spices, just a pinch of. For some grated cheese on your pasta, you'd ask for a sprinkle of. And for just a little bit of sauce, you'd use a dab of. So let's do a quick check. Take a look at these options. Which sentence is using the partitives correctly? I'll give you a second. Got it? If you chose C, you are spot on. 2 scoops of ice cream and a sprinkle of chocolate. Perfect. All right, let's move on to our final set of vocabulary, the verbs and phrases. These are the action words that describe the whole eating experience, from that first feeling of hunger to the very last bite. You know that growling sound your stomach makes when you're super hungry? In English, we say your stomach rumbles. It's that unmistakable message from your body screaming, "Hey, it's time to eat!" And when your stomach is rumbling, you don't just eat. You devour your food. This verb means you eat something really, really quickly, usually because you're starving. It's so much more descriptive. Here's a great example. I was starving and devoured the whole plate. You can almost feel the hunger in that sentence, right? It's so much more powerful than just saying, I ate the sandwiches. Okay, the moment of truth has arrived. You've learned the adjectives, you've got the partitives, and you know the verbs. It is time to combine all these new skills and write your very first food review. Here's a simple 3-step guide to get you started. First, describe the food with some great adjectives. Was it tender or was it soggy? Second, get specific about the amounts with partitives. Did you have a slice or maybe a scoop? And third, choose a strong verb. Did you just eat it, or did you absolutely devour it? And here it is. This is how it all comes together in a final review. See, you've got the partitive, a slice of, the powerful verb, devoured, and those wonderful adjectives, succulent and velvety. It might be a short review, but it's specific, it's powerful, and it definitely makes me want to try that restaurant.
And that's really all there is to it. You now have a fantastic vocabulary toolkit. You can go way beyond just good and bad and truly explain your food experiences with confidence. You are the critic now. So, my last question for you is this. Think about the next meal you're going to have, whether it's delicious or maybe not so delicious. How are you going to describe it using your new words?